And because, there's perspective, you get a little older, whatever, you do realize, all right, I mean, the way I look at it is, like I said in the open, we put ourselves behind the 8 ball now to win a series. That was a beatable pitcher, and you did pretty well against him early by your process, by hitting the ball hard all over the ballpark. Great. It didn't work. Their flares fell in. Ours didn't. It sucks. But, you score 6 runs. You strike out 14 Nationals. You need to win that game. You got to figure it out. And so guys aren't getting the job done. Those guys notably being, Stephen Kolek and Wandy Peralta last night. So offense scoring 6 runs, man, I'll take it. Now, 3 of those runs came late on one swing. I get it. So let's call it 3. 3's probably not going to get it done. But
I watched the whole game. I woke up this morning. It felt like a 10-3 loss. Yeah, for sure. So people are very mad about the Soto trade. It dredges it up. If you win 10-3 last night, nobody cares. I'll say it. I mean, yeah, they won that trade. Now, how it shakes out, if you get Michael King to sign an extension here and you keep Michael King, I don't think you're keeping Dylan Cease. I don't. So you use some of those pieces to get him. He's been whatever. You didn't win a World Series with Soto. Yes, GMs lose trades. Teams lose trades. It sucks watching James Wood. He is a stud. We would be his biggest fans if he was here.
I think it's very true. The Washington Nationals did very well. Knowing that they probably had to trade Juan Soto.
No, not probably.
They did very well in what they got back in that deal. And they're 2 best players and probably their best pitcher. I mean, that's a really good haul.
And we knew, and they knew, and AJ knew. I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up James Wood. He's going to be really good.
Now, I would say, and I think I read this from AJ Cassavell as well, the Padres didn't lose the Juan Soto trade. They got what they were hoping for.
That's
really,
true.
Really good player who is, a game-changing generational talent.
2.5 years.
They didn't take advantage of the Juan Soto trade by winning the World Series in 2022 or 2023. They certainly put together a team that could have, and they obviously lost the NLCS to the Phillies in 2022. Juan Soto, it wasn't his fault. He had a great series in 2022, but they didn't get it done against a hot Phillies team. And then in 2023, the team just collapsed, had a terrible, terrible season. It wasn't Juan Soto's fault. He had a good year. He played in every single one of those games. 162.
Well,
and then
I guess ask yourself because I hate this trade revisionist talk, but
it's so easy. 2020.
Who would you rather be today? Would you rather be the San Diego Padres or the Washington Nationals? I'd still rather be the San Diego Padres.
I would too.
And it's not particularly close.
Yeah, I still would too. I really would. I would.
Let's not act like we sold the franchise.
But knowing what we know in hindsight, that the Padres weren't going to. If you told me they're going to trade for Juan Soto, but he's going to be really good, but they're not going to win big in 2022 or 2023,
then I'm not
trading. To trade him. Of course, I'm not trading him now. I said no. Let me keep Abrams and Wood and Gore and Hassel and Susana, and I'll take my chances in 2024 and 2025 with those guys in the future. So if I could go back and undo it, of course I would.
Yeah.
It
doesn't mean AJ.
It doesn't mean the Padres lost the trade. It means that they didn't take advantage of a really great player that they had for a year and a half. And you have to give up really good players to get a Juan Soto.
Somebody made the point on Twitter last night, and I wholeheartedly agree. I'll say 97% of the people that are upset about this trade were elated the day you got Juan Soto. Now, there's always one. There's one out there. Boy, every time Manny strikes out in the 9th inning, I get a tweet from this guy. He knows who he is. Every time. Doesn't matter what he's done. Doesn't matter if, he hits 4 walk-offs in a row. It's not enough. He said, I knew. I hated it at the time. Okay. Maybe you did. I'm going to take you at your word. But 97% of this fan base had their pants off in front of the computer that day. 97, men and women.
I'd say like 97.3%.
97.3 had their pants off in front of the computer that day. I'll never forget it. We were on the air when it happened. It went crazy. You got a top 3 player in the game at that time, thinking you were getting Fernando Tatis Jr. back. And, man, you swung, you hit it, didn't go out. You got close.
Close doesn't really count. It doesn't really count. And I have said this since it happened. I like Mackenzie Gore a lot. I think he has ace type stuff. I think James Wood is a superstar in the making. If he was in the AL, he's going to win an MVP, right? Because he's in the NL, he's up against Shohei. It's going to be tough.
I know, it'd be tough to beat Aaron Judge and Cal Raleigh this year.
Yeah,
too,
fair enough.
But,
Fair enough. But better chance than beating a two-way player. I think he is a stud. I think he's a great kid. I love watching him play. I can't change it, man. I cannot put that toothpaste back in the tube, so I don't get myself worked up a lot about it. I tipped my hat when he hit the bomb. I said, of course that was coming. I tweeted, inevitable. It was inevitable. And I will give a lot of credit this morning to the Washington Nationals social media team. That was one of the better tweets I've seen. I can dish it, and I can certainly take it. They showed CJ waiting at home plate for James Wood after the bomb, hand raised, slapping 5, and all it said was fleece.
I did feel like that was somewhat disrespectful to Juan Soto. In a guy who helped them win a World Series, and you're basically saying that we gave away nothing and we got these guys. You didn't fleece anybody in that trade. You gave up a generational player who helped you win a World Series. So you can't.
You gave up a first ballot Hall of Fame.
You did well in that trade. You did what you had to do. I mean, that was a successful trade.
It was good,
but you didn't give up a guy who then was a 180 hitter who flamed out of baseball, and it wasn't James Shields for Fernando Tatis Jr.
That's a fleece. Now that is a fleece.
Yes, you gave up Juan Soto in that deal.
Yeah, but you gave up a guy that wasn't going to resign. He turned down $440 from you.
Of course, good move that you had to make, and you turned it into something really good. Now,
but game recognizes game. I can dish it. I dish it all the time.
Jesse,
I have to take it.
I know we got to get to our crap up, but Jesse pregame made a good point as well. Are the Nationals getting anything out of this either? They're 15 games under 500. Both of those guys, their clocks have been ticking.
Yeah.
Abrams is in his 4th year now in the big leagues. Wood is in his 2nd now. And
I think he just hired Scott Boras.
And are you going to re-sign them at all? Are you going to turn your team into a winner in time to take advantage of either of these guys?
Because they haven't made the playoffs yet.
Otherwise, you just made the Juan Soto trade in reverse. You got 2 guys who didn't help you win a dang thing while they were in Washington.
It's very true.
And is that a big fleece? Oh, congratulations on your 5 years of under 500 baseball with a couple of cool guys to watch while they're on the field.
Yeah, you fleeced us. You can't get out of 4th place.
You got to do something with it if you're gonna crow about your trade. Do something with them. Sign some other players. Sign some pitching.
Salas and DeVries for James Wood today. Done. It's done.
We just keep working with the Nationals.
All right, we're gonna send you 2 more. They're gonna start. Their clocks haven't even started yet. His clock has. We'll take
Running
him.
out of time already.